Okay, welcome back. And since we've been talking a lot about feelings, emotions, truth, I thought I would give a quick primer on, or is it primer? I don't even know, on something that I learned listening to Father Chad Ripperger. And yes, you're going to hear a lot of stuff that I learned from him because he again, believes that truth is precise. He deals with a lot of demons. He knows what the pitfalls are and the spiritual battles that we're fighting. So he has a way of cutting right to the truth and the basic principles of things that we never were taught. We were never catechized. So here is something that just will hopefully be a foundational thing for you to always order your life around. And that is that the emotions must always be subordinate to the intellect and the will. Now, I taught this to my little granddaughters who are, they were 7 and 6 at the time, and they loved it. So I'm telling you, this is stuff that we need to be teaching our children. This is why I'm teaching my children and grandchildren on these videos. So the devil gets to us through our emotions, especially women. Be very careful. If he can get his foothold in through your emotions, he will do that. So that's why we always have to keep our reason or our intellect numero uno. Number one is what we know. So we always go back to, okay, I'm feeling this thing. I have this emotion. I'm, freaking out. I'm anxious. I'm angry and whatever. What do I know? So we go back to our intellect. Our intellect has to be the first thing. What do I know? What do I know to be God's truth? What do I know to be the moral law? What do I know to be the tenets of our faith? I know Jesus. I know what he wants. I know what he taught. Okay, that's the first thing to inform me at this moment. Intellect. The will is then how we apply things, right? If I say, I can do one of two things. I can take what I know to be true, and I can either use my will to conform to that truth and say, okay, my will is now conforming to this truth. I will act accordingly. Or you can set your will opposed to truth. And that would be like when we're doing our will instead of God's will. So we want to do, like we say in the Creed every day, in the Our Father, as it is, according to your will, as it is in heaven. Why am I blanking on that? But you know exactly what I mean. So we conform our will to God's will, and then we have those two things aligned, hopefully. So we have our intellect, which is what we know, because everything starts in the mind. And then we conform our will to the truth. Then we worry about the emotions. And I'm not saying we can't feel emotions because we're human, we're going to feel emotions. But if our emotion is not put in line with what we know and what we know we need to do, we're going to be all messed up. We're going to be all messed up. So if we just start freaking out because we're having an emotion, there's going to be chaos. There's going to be problems with people that we interact with, problems in our own lives, in our interior lives, problems with God. Emotions change all the time, sometimes minute by minute. But if we can understand that our intellect rules over those emotions, our will can override those emotions, then we're going to be on a better path to doing God's will, to having peace and truth. So, just remember that. Keep those rightly ordered, because I'm going to talk about order a lot. Order is so important. When things are disordered, life is difficult. So order things. Intellect, will, emotions are subordinate to the intellect and the will. So that's like number 3, third way down. And I will, next time I think I'll talk a little bit about how to get peace of heart. We all want peace of heart, but there's a little secret that you can't have peace of heart until you have peace of mind first. So that might be next. I actually did a blog post on that a while back, so you can look on my blog for that too. But hopefully that helped. Intellect, will, and the will is our choices, our moral choices. It's what we choose, basically. Intellect, will, emotions. The emotions must always be subordinate to the intellect and the will. The end. Talk to you soon.